Hey, what's up guys, Zach Calhoun here today. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm going to use this little confetti feature here. Today we're going to be going over automations. So automations in Lead Stack, what this means, why it's such a big deal, and how it can truly help you scale your business. Today we're going to go over what it's like to create an automation that is for inbound leads, so folks who come to your website, interact in some way, either by adding their information to a form or by interacting with a chatbot on our website, which, by the way, LeadStack provides a chatbot for you so you can instantly engage and send it to your mobile app. And before you know it, you and your whole sales team are calling and following up with fresh, hot leads. Okay, but let's talk through how to build one, what it looks like, what's our options, which are almost infinite, and then just really go through like, how do I use these automations to help me scale? So when you click on automations over here on the left sidebar, you will see workflows pop up. And there's a couple other options as well too, but I'm going to show you by jumping into one of our automations in our inbound automation example. And then I'm going to go to another account and show you what's preloaded onto your account already. Okay, so be thinking about inbound versus outbound, how they're different. So this one we call live fast 5 new contact added. Okay. There's a variety of things you can do when a new contact is created. So if you look here, there has to be a reason for the workflow to start. Okay, and there's a lot of different ways you can do it. In this specific workflow, so think about inbound. When a contact is created, this workflow trigger will start. It will trigger. It will start. It's like pulling the trigger on a gun. It begins. Right, the process begins. So in this case, contact created is what? Well, we have an entire contacts feature in LeadStack. Your entire contacts database, as they come to you, is a feature. So we call that contact created. Okay, so really keep that in mind. Then next, we can create a condition. It's called an if-else condition. So any automation builder you have, if it's any good, will have an if-else condition, and you can make these to be whatever you want them to be. Okay, so I'm going to show you. This is a live one right now. This is on the CloudPano account. And if you don't know what CloudPano is our virtual tour software, world's best virtual tour software. Check it out today. Become a Pro Plus member. This software is called LeadStack, and this is what we're using to segment, filter out leads, and send the appropriate messaging based on their awareness of our product and who we are. Okay, and we can add more to this, but basically we have what's called a condition and we branch it off. Okay, so I can title that condition whenever I want to. So I can title it here. In this case, I called it source chat widget, because when I added a segment here, and I'll show you how this works. So here's my output, but I'm going to show you here. When I click add segment, it will say and. So I can have multiple segments. So if else, all that means is like, what are the rules I'm setting up for the automation or for this if else step? Okay, actually, I'm going to go back one step further. If you look down here, there's these lines and little like bubbles. Okay, the lines represent going downward what the next step is and what you want to happen next. Okay, basically, it's going to happen automatically, and you can also determine how fast, when you can delay that step, etc. So your brain's probably thinking, well, what should I send out? What should I do? What matters, and then what doesn't matter? Okay, so I'm going to show you. So number one is this I set up this segment as I want folks that come to my chatbot and ask questions to see specific things. Because if I add 2,000 contacts, 10,000 contacts, 100,000, I'm in the process of working through 100,000 contacts for and basically creating 100,000 more contacts. Well, I don't want this specific automation to fire. So I created this condition to split them. Okay, that's the reason why that exists. So if they come from the chat widget, now what? All right, cool. Let me show you. First thing we do is we create an opportunity. So in our CRM, super important to track opportunities. Opportunities matter, especially if they're a new lead. So I can show you what the opportunities pipeline looks like as well in a future video. But basically the pipeline is it's the CRM that tracks left to right what customers are valued at approximately, and so I don't get lost, and so my salespeople can all know, okay, when you're scaling a sales team, you have to be able to track who's responsible for what lead, because you don't want to be hitting a lead that already is being contacted by somebody else. It creates confusion. It looks disorganized and unprofessional. So you have to have a opportunities pipeline. So in this case, the pipeline that they're going to be going to is called new lead. Okay. Sometimes people hit our chat widget who are not really that good of a lead, who are not interested. So we don't put them as interested until we've talked to them, looked at their lead in their conversations flow, talk to them a little bit, see what's going on. And then if they are interested, cool. If they're asking questions, they're interested. Okay. So we can go into more opportunities and pipelines in a future video. Right now, I'm just showing you what happens, okay? And every time you create something inside the workflow in these automations, you have what's called dynamic inputs. These are actually very, very powerful. So you click this little tab. You have the contact dynamic input. So if you want to add information from the contact, you can do that. From the user itself, so say you want to send a email signature, etc., or you want to send someone's name from a user, you can do that. You can send out appointment calendars, right? Appointment information. You can send out someone's a calendar name. You can send out all types of stuff that is basically really, really important, like a dynamic calendar link, right? So all these things matter based on what flow or what process the customer is going through. And I'm going to show you more about this as we get rolling here. So, but just understand it. You have dynamic inputs, and it pulls it from the database and from your user database. Right? So from your team, from the contact information, and then from your internal system. So your pipelines, etc. All those things are considered dynamic fields that you can place throughout this automation builder. Okay, so we do a lot of cool things, a lot of big words. Who cares? What's next? Okay, so what's next is I'm just going to show you for inbound lead. We assign it to a user. So we have 3 sales guys right here who are specifically going to be running the new chat bot widget, right? Well, we want to split that traffic equally, so we want to assign to one of these 3 guys, okay? And then we'll probably just go Robert, Andy, Ollie, and then back to the beginning, okay? And then what's going to happen is going to send out what happens next? Well, we put send a welcome SMS. So welcome to CloudPano, and it says contact first name. So if you go to CloudPano's chat widget and you say, hey, what's up? And you put your name and you put your email and phone, you will be met with a welcome text message. And it will say, if I put Zach, hey, it will say, welcome, Zach. It will say, welcome to CloudPano, Zach, exclamation mark. We have some helpful resources to help you. We have some very helpful resources you should probably put to get started to help you. Good thing. I'm editing on the fly here. Good, I like that. I want to say help you. That's funny. We have the ultimate guide to virtual tours. You may find it useful here. And I'm just going to say, see it. So this is a text message, right? So I probably shouldn't be so long with my URL links. But, I'm not perfect. So I'm saying that we have a really powerful webinar. Check it out. It's free, and then live support. So we put a custom value. This is a dynamic calendar link. Now this link will go to the salesperson. And that's really cool. So basically when someone gets an email, text from us, we actually ask them, hey, what's your email? Just in case we get disconnected. Because what can happen is we can automatically add their email into their contact information. So I'm going to save action there. So basically, if they get a text, we can wait. So we're waiting 4 minutes. We send basically the exact same email. Emails we have can be a little bit longer, of course. And then we start to ask some questions. Okay, so we're segmenting again, and I'm going to show you why we do this. Because they reply. Okay, some folks just kind of will hit a message and they get distracted with their life. This is very, very common. Folks get distracted. They have stuff going on, and that's okay. We're all busy people, right? This is where automation is really make your business powerful and make you look professional. Keep in mind, nothing so far has been manually. This has all been automatic, okay? So they reply, and so the branch over here basically is contact replied true. Okay, now I'm going fast. You can go through this automation builder yourself and click through it. I'm just showing you what we're doing and how it works. Obviously, play with it. You also branch out based on intent type. So was their intent positive? Basically, like, are they saying yes? Are they happy, etc.? If they're saying no, or if they're upset about something, we can actually branch that based on behavior, which is really, really cool. So we can send out text based on how they responded. Now, at this point, if they've responded and everything is well, we'll know that, and our team will see it. Okay, but we're still going to text over a calendar link, and we can even change this over to, like, if we didn't answer their question specifically via the automated chatbot, we can send over a phone number to call us. Over here, if they did not reply, okay, we can set up an internal notification, which is new lead to call. Okay, this goes to my entire team, and I have it set up to where it's a notification, so it goes to all of our apps, and it says to user type all users. So our whole team sees new user to call. Okay, which is really, really powerful. And actually, when I see that, I love it, because I know my team's going to call this person, because they all see it. And if they for some reason don't, I can say, hey guys, what's going on? Why did you not call them? Right? I can just like click on that lead in the contacts and see the contact flow, which I can show later. Keep in mind, this lead now is 4 minutes old at least at this point. Okay, but that lead's been texted and been emailed. Then after that 4 minutes of no reply, actually I'm going to send over what's called a voicemail drop. It's called send voicemail. You record an audio file as a voicemail drop, and it sends a voicemail to the lead, which is really, really cool, because now they've been contacted via text, they've been contacted via email. They say, oh, I got a new voicemail. Let me listen to this. Oh, it's Zach again talking to me about CloudPano. Okay, I get it. They're available. They want to talk to me. So now I made sure they know that we are available. We are here to help you. And that's powerful, because it makes you look professional. Even if you have this set up one time and you're a one-man shop, all of these things look professional for you and your business. Okay, it's powerful for conversion. Trust me on this. Now, I have an additional wait 1 day and condition if that entire day that they do not reply to any of these messages. Okay, what I want them to do is be added into automatic follow-up. Okay, if they do reply, then I'm going to make sure that our team is on it and we're responding to them. Okay, this specific workflow is our general kind of informational workflow that we call the 4-4 workflow. Okay, we use it for post demos, for general follow-up, and basically it's just helpful information to help people via 4 emails and 4 text messages. We send one message right away, so this is 1 day later, and I'll show it to you in a moment. And we also send it over the course of about a week and a half. Okay, so if someone adds their information and show intent, they're going to get responses inbound wise that based on their behavior, based on if they're happy, if they're not happy, and also based on their level of activity and responsiveness. Everyone's responsiveness is different. And you know this is true because when you text one of your friends, they respond right away. You text another friend, it takes 2 days to respond. That's just how people are. People behave differently, and that's okay. But what is most true about everybody is that we forget to take action until we are reminded. So all these things help remind. Okay? So you don't have to get this complicated and this fancy. You could just send a general follow-up. Hey, just wanted to follow up with you. Hey, just wanted to follow up with you. You could just send 4 emails, and that's it. I'm going to click save here. I'm going to go back to what I call my general 4-4 workflow, which is really, really powerful. And I just think that you should know what it takes to properly follow up with a lead. So this we call the CP sales general follow-up. And this is typically if our team has any type of, if they think it's a good idea to do a general follow-up with somebody because they haven't talked to them in 2 days, or they are kind of not responding, you've answered their question, they're happy with the answer, but they haven't subscribed yet or become a customer just yet. All right, cool. Well, if that's the case, there's a couple categories there I mentioned. What should we do? Well, we have this trigger. It's basically just a tag, okay? I call it post demo follow-up in case we have demo. And we also have the general follow-up as well. So these are kind of both kind of the same thing, but here's what you need to see. We have a template set up, and we can make templates. I can show this to you later, but basically it just sends over some links to get started, our walkthroughs, ultimate guides, and a couple other additional things that could be helpful to them. And again, the webinar as well too. Then it's going to wait 2 days and automatically text them. Okay, hey, did you get my last text? I want to see if you have any questions. Very, very simple, very, very powerful. Okay, because what I want is, this one works very well, by the way. hey, did you get it? I just want to see if you got it. Because this only fires, check this out, these only keep going if they do not reply. So if you look here in settings, for every workflow, you can add allow reentry or stop on response. Stop on response means if they respond to the workflow at all, it stops. Okay? This is powerful because you can set up this any kind of workflow for ice cold leads and scale this out to thousands of leads if you want to, and if they respond, it stops, which is nice. Because those kind of general reminder texts that I just showed you, you don't want to send to folks that obviously are responding, right? So we send out, so it looks like email 2 days, text and email 1 day, text and email 2 days, text and email again 2. So folks are actively in these automations right now, and you can kind of track who they are and where they're at, and you can even force them to the next step if I want to. Okay, so that's how workflows work. They're really, really simple to get started. It looks like a lot. Just play with it. Click on the plus sign and start to look through some of these. Whether it's the delay one, call one, manually call, tell your team to call, Instagram DMs, all types of really, really powerful stuff. This API is amazing. So you just use this, try it out. This will get you to the next level. And of course, if you haven't already, visit leadstack.ai/launch. Watch this video to work through some other cool things that are inside this platform and take advantage of our special offer. If you're seeing this video, you're going to want to grab this right now while you can. All right, I'll see you there.